The Pakistan Supreme Court's 5-0 verdict today, declaring Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif as not an honest person, not only means that Nawaz Sharif has gone, he's resigned and been replaced by Ayaz Sadiq, who is the Speaker of the National Assembly as a caretaker Prime Minister, but it also is a body blow to the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, his party, which, like many political parties in India, has essentially become a family-driven party. Like these parties in India, they start off with a wider social and political base, but essentially become the turf of a single family. And today, with this ruling that not only declares Nawaz Sharif as ineligible, he no longer stands as a member of the National Assembly and hence had to quit as Prime Minister, but also various members of his family, his daughter, for example. All of them have been found essentially to have violated the laws of Pakistan by holding property that they cannot explain through their known sources of income, is a body blow to the PMLN. And the question that is on everybody's mind, of course, is what happens next? Who will replace Nawaz Sharif as Prime Minister for the remaining term of the current National Assembly? There's another year and a bit to go before elections are held in 2018. But there is a wider issue as well of what this means for Pakistani politics, what this means not just in terms of party politics in Pakistan. So the balance of power between the PMLN, the PTI of Imran Khan, or the PPP, but also, of course, the larger question of where things stand vis-a-vis the role of the military and the political parties. In other words, the deep state, the establishment, and the the political government which Nawaz Sharif headed. So let's unpack some of these issues one by one. And one of the questions that many people in India have asked is, how is it possible for the Supreme Court to have come to a position where, through a single ruling, it declares somebody, it disqualifies somebody as Prime Minister? This seems to be a slightly unusual procedure. In India, Prime Ministers are removed essentially through Parliament. They lose a vote of confidence. Here, there is no question of Nawaz Sharif not enjoying the support of the National Assembly, but essentially Pakistan's constitution, in particular Article 62 and 63, which specify the conditions under which somebody is qualified to be a member of the National Assembly and somebody is disqualified. One clause of Article 62, in particular 62(1)(f), specifies that in order for somebody to be a member of the National Assembly, that person must be, quote-unquote, an honest person. And the Supreme Court today specifically refers to Article 62(1)(f) and says that its findings, after having gone through the papers popularly known as the Panama Papers, its finding is that Nawaz Sharif stands in violation of 62(1)(f). In other words, he is not an honest person. Since he is not an honest person, he is disqualified. He is not eligible to be a member of the National Assembly. And since he isn't eligible to be a member of the National Assembly, he cannot be Prime Minister of Pakistan, because unlike in India, where the Prime Minister can be from, say, the Rajya Sabha, we saw this in the case of Deve Gowda or in the case of Manmohan Singh. In Pakistan, the Prime Minister must be from the National Assembly. And of course, this immediately throws a question mark over what might have been the favored succession plan. There was some speculation earlier that if Nawaz Sharif is finally asked to go by the Supreme Court, as it has done today, that he would be replaced by his brother Shehbaz Sharif, who was the Chief Minister of Punjab, of the Pakistani province of Punjab. But of course, for Shehbaz Sharif to become Prime Minister, he would first have to become a member of the National Assembly. This is obviously a process that would require somebody, a loyalist presumably, to resign his or her seat, fresh elections to be held, and for Shehbaz to win that seat in order to come quickly. By any yardstick, that's a process that would obviously take several weeks, if not months. So the big question is, who will succeed Nawaz Sharif? And in a way, Pakistani politics is in turmoil, not just because of the verdict against Nawaz, but also because Chaudhry Nisar, who was considered until recently a trusted aide of Nawaz Sharif and was the Interior Minister, he has resigned, citing allegations that he says that people are trying to poison his relations with Nawaz Sharif. So he, in a way, is out of the equation. If we assume that Shehbaz Sharif is not immediately eligible, this means that Ayaz Sadiq, who is the Speaker of the National Assembly. He is the caretaker PM, and also one of the names, somebody considered to be a favorite or a front runner within the ranks of the PMLN as being the replacement Prime Minister. One of the factors which people say goes in favor of Mr. Sadiq is the fact that in the 2013 election, he actually happened to beat Imran Khan from the same constituency that Imran Khan was standing from. And since Imran Khan is considered, and Imran Khan's PTI is considered the primary rival of the PMLN today, in many ways Imran Khan has spearheaded the campaign against Nawaz Sharif. And the fact that Ayaz Sadiq had beaten him in 2013 in some ways is symbolically perhaps quite important. This is at least one of the factors that Pakistani analysts say will work in Mr. Sadiq's favor, quite apart from the fact that he is a widely respected politician as Speaker of the National Assembly. In addition, there is Khwaja Asif, who is the Defense Minister of Pakistan. There is also Ahsan Iqbal, who is the Minister for Development and Planning in Pakistan. He is the minister who, in a way, is in charge of the overall execution of the China-Pakistan economic corridor, this $50 billion plus package deal that China and Pakistan have worked on. Ahsan Iqbal is the person who is spearheading that. Again, a popular, widely respected leader within Pakistan. People say he might also be a potential candidate for who will succeed. But in general, if you talk to Pakistani analysts, as we've been doing during the day, there is in some sense utter confusion as to who the PMLN will eventually settle upon. The party itself is taking, in a way, putting on a brave face, saying that this is not the end of the road. They will explore other legal options, although it's hard to imagine what sort of legal options they will explore. One of the issues that I see being discussed among Pakistani analysts, particularly on television, is that there is some sense, even among people who are critical of Nawaz Sharif, that perhaps in interpreting Article 62 of the Constitution and deciding who is honest or who is not honest, the Supreme Court may have perhaps overstepped its limits. And there is some discussion in Pakistan today as to whether the National Assembly will actually try to amend the Constitution of Pakistan to modify or dilute Article 62 and 63. These are the articles that deal with the qualification for being a member of the National Assembly and the conditions under which somebody can be disqualified. So these are all some of the issues that the verdict today have thrown up in terms of party politics. The question that of course animates many of us who follow Pakistan is what this might mean for the wider political sort of dilemma in Pakistan. We all know that there is a political government and that there is the military establishment, and the two have not always had a very healthy or harmonious relationship. It was expected, had this verdict not come through, had the Supreme Court not found against Nawaz, that he would be the first Prime Minister to complete a full 5-year term, as a civilian Prime Minister and present himself for re-election. That is not going to be the case, but nevertheless, nobody expects the PMLN government to fall or to not serve out the remainder of its term. The appetite of the army to step in, to my mind, and get involved in day-to-day politics has clearly diminished over the years. I think there is a sense in which the army feels that this has ruined its reputation. The fact that Musharraf made such a mess of governance within Pakistan, whatever his initial claims may have been, all of that has essentially, I think, made the army much more sober when it comes to making political calculations of this kind. I think the army would be quite satisfied to let the civilian administration, civilian government and political parties sort of battle it out against each other, as long as the commanding heights of the political system, as it were, remain firmly within the army's hands, which is a veto power over foreign policy, veto power over security and strategic matters, which clearly the army has, not just in a behind-the-scenes way, but formally through various organs, in particular the National Security Council concept that the Pakistani state has embodied. So I think that in terms of the wider equation between the Pakistani military and the political class, I think this obviously weakens the political class, or it weakens one political player, and Many people suspect that behind Imran Khan's agitation against Nawaz Sharif over the last couple of years has been the silent encouragement of the army. Who knows? But clearly, if that is the case, and Imran Khan in some sense emerges the strongest of all electoral players as Pakistan goes towards elections next year, it's quite possible that an Imran Khan government would be as beholden, if not more beholden, to the military establishment as its predecessors, the PPP-led government and the Nawaz Sharif government. So that essentially is the lay of the land today. Just to recap, Nawaz Sharif has gone. There's a categorical verdict of the Supreme Court. It is unlikely, given the kind of indictments against his immediate family, that the party would try to somehow continue to exercise, that the family would continue to exercise power directly. I think that it's far more likely that a non-related political leader from within the PML and somebody who, of course, is loyal to Nawaz would become Prime Minister and serve out the rest of the term of the party's government. But this is nevertheless a huge personal blow to Nawaz Sharif. It is, I think, in many ways a reassuring moment for those who believe that Pakistan needed to strengthen the rule of law in its country within its establishment. I would say it sends a message also in some ways to leaders and rulers in India. We have, of course, very different, the issues that animate politics and the kind of rivalries you have are quite different, and the issues are very different. But the fact is that far too many political leaders in India own assets that they cannot explain through their known sources of income. It is refreshing that somewhere in South Asia, a Supreme Court is willing to bell this cat and declare no less a person than the Prime Minister as being ineligible because he possesses assets that he cannot explain how he acquired. One only hopes that the message that this sends will be read and treated with a great deal of, in a way, will be read as a warning, not just by other politicians in Pakistan, but also within India, where clearly this disease of accumulating assets on the basis of money that does not belong to politicians has spread far and wide. On that note, we will stop there. Thank you.